Hello, people. I know I said I'd make part three about a week ago. Let me explain. This is actually my 6th day with the virus. I've got a cough, dry cough. My chest is congested, like a chest infection. Temperature up and down. It's a virus that dips like that. So you feel good and then it hits you. You feel good and it hits you. So I'm on my 6th day at the moment. So fingers crossed, man's in there. I'm gonna fight this thing. Like I said in my other video, taking me from my children, not taking my children from me. You understand? I look at this as a normal fight. I mean, man's gonna go in there headstrong and headbutt who he needs to headbutt to get to his kids. You get me? So anyway, part three. People have been requesting part three. So here goes. Support and validation. Yeah, Hassan Campbell, in depth, support and validation. Okay, let's break this bitch down. If you hear me coughing and all that, pardon me. Like I said, I've got the virus, the corona. So I just want to clarify a few things for viewers. Oh, first off, if you watch this, could you please hit the like and subscribe? Like, come on, yo. It's not that hard. It ain't gonna bother you. You know what I'm saying? Just hit that, and I'm done with, innit? Like, help man get on. You get me? Like, come on, support. So let me just clarify this to people who are watching this. People who haven't seen me, they think I've just come out of the woodworks. I'm a newbie on YouTube and all that kind of good stuff. No, let me just correct you. I've been on social media when social media came out. I just come from a different generation where we don't interact the way certain people interact from what I saw on social media. So all you people, these new fans or subscribers of Hassan Campbell, you might be watching the videos now, today, or, I saw at the time when Hassan Campbell came out. That's how I was introduced to Hassan Campbell. So I'm not new at this. I've just kept my mouth zipped because I'm not a social media person. So I've always said, you know what I mean? If I get on social media, I'm gonna gun him down first. Yeah, I'm gonna gun him down first. So yeah, let's get into it. So support and validation. If I ever came out and said I was molested as a child, do you know the first people who would be behind me and supporting me all the way through to the end? And I'd lay anything on that. It's my family. Every member of my family would be out supporting me. Wherever I go, whatever I do, they would be supporting me. Where's your family, Hassan? Like, think about it, people, yeah? Put yourself in that same situation that you as an adult has just come out and said that you was molested as a child. Isn't it common sense that your brothers and sisters and your family members would be the first ones to come out and support you and stand firm? Where's my man's family? Instead of supporting Hassan, they've run. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if any of you know, and don't quote me on this because it might not be fact. But from what I saw, his sister is some kind of preacher or does serve, like I said, don't quote me on this, but she does them things in the churches where she speaks to huge congregations and whatnot. She can get that message and that word out to thousands of people. She can really make things move. Why has she never stepped in? Like, where is she? You aired your own brother out on social media that he molested you first. I've never seen anyone do that. Is that normal? That the first time you tell someone that you was molested by someone, you do it on social media? If something's that serious to you and you're about to come out and tell people, are you going to do it on social media? Is that who your friends are? Is that who you look to for support? Like just, like everyone at home sitting there knows, yeah? Like, I hope you know. Social media is social media. It's something that entertains you, connects you to people, whatever. But in real life situations, it's the people you can actually, hug and touch and talk to face who support you. So where's his support? Just, when you like, there was no protesting, there was no demonstration about Africa Bambaataa. Like, why didn't it go in the direction that it should have went? You could have been a huge advocate for child abuse, but you chose not to take that path because you wanted to do what you wanted to do and where you wanted to take it. And where you wanted to take it had nothing to do with child abuse. You know I'm talking facts because look what it is today. It's got nothing to do with child abuse. I dare anyone to sit there and say I'm lying. Go and look at all his channels and show me which one he's dedicated to children who've been abused. Now, for the people who are sitting there saying, "Oh, why does he have to? Why does he have to talk about child abuse?" And I'll explain to you why. Because when Hassan first came out, he came out about African Bambaataa abusing him. He's the one that rallied people and said, "Please come and support me. I'm gonna go and defend children who've been abused. I'm gonna be the forerunner. I'm gonna be the spokesperson." He done that, yo. And then he went that way with it. Why do you think people hate on him? People don't hate on him because he was molested. Like, what kind of stupid shit is that? You can't say that about me. You can't sit there and say Jazz is hating on him because he's making fun of him because he was molested. Not over here, yo. You can't say people are hating on him and making fun of him because he's an undercover gay or homosexual. You can't say that over here. I ain't got a problem with gay people. I've got a problem with transgenders and I ain't saying nothing to them, not saying nothing to me. I don't hate on someone because of their sexuality. Like, you think I've got the energy to do dumb shit like that? Focus on my children and better myself and better my children. I'll focus on trying to be a better father. Do you understand? We all make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. But I try and correct my mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I try hard to correct my mistakes. But when you see someone purposely victimizing people and abusing people, you understand? And then mocking it and joking it and then actually filming it and putting it online, that's a whole different category altogether. That's not a mistake. That's planned. That's you know what I mean? Like, deliberate. So we need to understand where people, what categories people are in. That don't put me in a category where, he's coming out of Hassan because he hates, he's clowning him for being molested, or he's trying to make, none of that. None of that. I'll tell you myself why I come out of Hassan. Why I can't stand dude. When you're a victim as a child, whether it's racism, whether it's whatever, child abuse, physical abuse, once you become an adult and you start victimizing people, bullying and abusing people, just because you don't victimize them in the way you were victimized, it don't really mean much difference. You become the perpetrator now. You become the abused. You can't hold that victim card up and ask for sympathy no more when you deliberately start abusing and victimizing and letting off your anger at other people. Do you know how many people walk around with anger because of their childhood? You think you're the only clown that something happened to in his childhood. I never heard him holding you down and raping you. I never heard you say that. I never heard Hassan saying Bam forced him. If anyone can correct me, please correct me. I'll stand wrong. Never heard him saying, I told Bam no. I'm not saying what Bam done was right, or you know what I mean, wrong. I'm telling you 100% fact what Bam done was wrong. I 100% believe Bam should have gone to jail for what he had done, for not to just Hassan if he had done it to someone, but to every other child if he had done it to them, as Hassan claims. Because we haven't got no evidence apart from Hassan's testimony. Hassan's the only one that validates all these thousands of children, because for 4 or 5 years, where are these children? Where are these teens, sorry? Now, anyone with logic, common sense would tell you, if you perpetrated the worst crimes on young teens in a specific area like Bronx River, molested half the children of Bronx River 25, 30 years ago, you gonna go back there 30 years after you done that? When you know them teens are grown men now? You're gonna have the balls to go and stand up in one of the corners and film. That don't make no sense to me, bro. So your 4 or 5 years of calling out Bam, trying to name and shame him, well, we can all see for ourselves what's happened and what that's done. Zilch. You think Bam ain't making money still? You think Bam ain't out? We just seen a video a few weeks ago of him out, standing in the exact same projects where you said the abuse took place. Who's validating your stories, Hassan Campbell? Like, I'm still waiting for someone else's testimony to come out and validate what you talk about. Your jacket got stolen recently out of the car. Police are always coming around your house and you know, SWAT teams, and then you go to the police station and the police officer himself on film tells you you're lying. Again, you tried to tell us something, but when you went to get validation from the police station, they told you you're lying. That there weren't no SWAT. It didn't happen the way you were telling people. So I'm just wondering, what is the need for you to make a story that's on a level 2 and put it to a level 10? So it seems like a trend with you. You understand? People don't believe you, so what you try and do is try to exaggerate the story as much as you can to try and get people to believe you. When the truth is the truth, you don't need validation and all that. You don't need to exaggerate the story. You don't need to add bits and bobs and spices and peppers and, you know what I mean, try and spice it up. The truth will speak for itself. Things will add up. You understand? The puzzle is there, but once you tell the truth, pieces will start coming together and you'll be like, okay, yeah, I can see it now. But that don't seem to be your case. Like, there's so many sections in your story that are questionable. It's very hard to make a video and cover every section of them pieces. All of them have got holes in them. You can't get a story right. You can't even get your age right. How are you not remembering whether you were 12, 15, 17? Like, you're trying to make out like it was so long ago. I remember exactly what happened when I was 12. I know exactly what happened when I was 15 and 17 and things like that, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I could tell you for facts like what happened. 12, I started high school. At 12 is when I first started blazing. Tried weed and all that, you know what I'm saying? And by the age of 15, me and my next man from school in my class, I ain't gonna say his name, we went halves on a 9 bar. That's the first 9 bar we ever got when I was 15 in school. Like, I remember everything, bro. Like, but the way you say it, it's like, I believe, yeah, people tell different bits of stories because what happens is when you're always lying, exaggerating, it's very hard to remember like what you said. That's how I catch out your little bits and bobs of your story, Hassan. There's so many inconsistencies that, like I said, the truth is the truth. And when you keep telling the truth, people automatically start seeing, okay, you know what, you can see he's telling the truth. But there's a hell of a lot of people, a hell of a lot of people. I know I'm not the only one who doesn't believe you. Now, we got this virus that came out. I know you was on your knees, bruv. I know you was on your knees, like thankful. Sorry, I should say thankful for the virus, because now that's giving you an excuse not to go to court and press charges. Because that was what I wanted to see. I wanted to see who was gonna come out and validate your story. I was hoping that yes, I knew you weren't getting caught. Like virus or no, I knew you weren't getting caught. But in the back of my mind, I was thinking, oh, this could be an opportunity for us to see his real support and see who's going to validate his story. And we were robbed of that. We were robbed of that again. Like I said, it's really hard to break down his story, and you know what I mean. But there's a little thing I want to touch on why you don't want that to happen to Bam. When someone's done something to you, yeah, when someone's done something to you, that person's compensated you somewhere or another, whether it's in a beating, money, doing you favor, whatever. If he's compensated you, bro, that anger's not there, innit? Like like you don't feel that way towards that person no more because he's compensated you. That's what compensation is. Give you something to make you feel better about what happened. That's why you from day one you've never wanted anything to happen to Bam. You've got so much anger, pain because of this thing that happened to you. But yet you don't want nothing to happen to the perpetrator who caused it, who caused you this pain. You know, you say your whole family, you ruined your relationship. This man, this perpetrator caused all this agony and pain in your life up until today because you're still crying and making videos and showing your anger and pain. But yet you don't want one thing to happen to this man. Why? You expect people to believe that lame excuse that he was like your father figure. Like, who do you think is going to believe that, yo? That's your excuse for not touching him and doing that to him. But all them years you kept quiet, son. Like, see, you can fool people. You ain't going to fool someone like me, bro. You understand? You can't fool people who've walked and, you know, look, man, you tell me I'm a graze on my head, bro. I've been around, yo. Like, you can't fool people like me, yo. He compensated you for 16 years, bro, until you came out. You think Bam ain't got receipts? You think a man who's been on like the life he's lived around, like you think he ain't got accountants? You think he ain't got receipts? He used to wire you money. You think there's no receipts on all them transactions? You think that man's that stupid? That's why no one else has come out. Everyone's been compensated. Everyone, majority of them probably have been compensated in some way, and they feel like, yeah, you know what? He done bad, but I also should have known better at some point, and blah blah. And whatever the situation is, he compensated whatever. They were compensated for it. Me personally, that ain't justice. That ain't justice. He done it to you, and because he gave you something, you're cool, knowing that he's gonna go and do it to someone else. That's you, Hassan. Yeah, because when it happened to you, just like you're blaming them other elders that were around, and you blame them for it happening to you, what about all the years you kept quiet? So how many kids, how many teens did Bam molest in that period that you never spoke up? Huh? We can look at it like that, because that's the angle you want to look at, yeah? You want to do the blame game, yeah? So let's do the blame game, fam. Yeah? Let's blame the people in Bronx River who sat there knowing Bam was what he was, a predator, and sat there and let him molest you. Cool, we'll run with that. But then after that, you said when you was that 20 years old and you walked into his house and he had a couple of naked teens on the sofa, you walked out and you never came back. This is your words. These are your words, yeah. This is what you said recently. So from that day you walked out to the day you came out and made a video about it, which you didn't want it to be public, but up until that day, I think it was like 16 years, 15 years, whatever. Why didn't you speak up? You knew what Bam was about, just like them other cats from Bronx River knew. And just like you say they allowed Bam to molest you, you allowed Bam to molest other teens for the 16 years. There's no difference, yeah? If that's the angle you want to take, then you're in that same boat with them. You think because you spoke up now that makes up for it, that you're this, like, does that make up for the 16 years that he went around abusing other teens? Yeah, thousands. Yeah, I wonder how many he abused in the years you kept your mouth shut. Even when you had an opportunity to do something about it and get justice for them children, you decided not to. What does that say about you as a man? You know, when man comes up to you, someone comes up to you and says F you, like to you, yeah? Mans can be like, all right, cool, bro, you know what I mean? You're just trying to pull my strings, you're trying, you know? But the minute the person turns around and says F you and F your mum, it's a whole different ball game now, isn't it? You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to explain is, it's okay when certain people do something to you I'm talking to everyone now, yeah? It's okay when someone does it to you, because it's up to you whether you can just brush it and say, oh, he's dissing me, you know what I'm saying? But the minute the person starts saying F your sister, F your mum, and then you want justice, you want a bit of justice for that. So my point is, you forgave Bam for what he done to you, but where's the justice for what he done to them thousands of kids that you claim that he molested? See, you're the only one that says that. So I'm just asking you, why didn't you get justice for them thousands of kids? Why are these victims not coming out and saying, yeah, Hassan, yeah, we're here. Hassan's telling the truth. We're here to support and you know, validate his story. Where's them people? Barefaced liar, exaggerator, compulsive liar, fantasist, a bully. I guarantee, yeah, your whole family would agree that you're a bully. You've always been one. You're a compulsive liar. You're a fantasist who's always just exaggerating and just talking out of his ass all the time. And, you know, I guarantee you got characteristics that all your family would agree on. Anyone who's been around, who's, you know, mature enough, a little bit wise, can see, like, yo, I can see him, and I can see exactly, like, even today, look how you treat people. Look how you speak to your missus and your kids and all that. On camera. What? To show people you're tough. To show people how real you are. Yeah? You call your own wife a crackhead on camera. Don't even decide to cut that or get rid of that. And so you got a man who speaks to it like in a derogatory way. Turn that effing machine off. You know, one time when he was doing a live, the washing machine, the way, you know, like, and this is the man who you think's going to support you females. You think he's going to come out and ride for you. He's going to ride for your children. He's going to speak for your children. He's going to, where are you people? If he can talk foul about children, you think about it as yourself as a parent. Do you like threaten to rape people's children? So then why would you support someone who does? Doesn't matter if he's not doing it right this minute. He done it. The fact that you can actually say something like that and come out of your mouth, like, I've never in my life said something like that about people's children. You know why? So I don't want people to talk about my children. What's up with you people? You don't diss someone's mum. Do you know why there's laws in the streets, bruv? Because people don't want it perpetrated on them. That's how these laws came about, these street laws that people talk about. Oh, don't involve people's families and children. Because mans don't want them to come at their families and their children. Don't snitch. Because people don't want them to snitch on you. These are how these laws came about. You can't even follow like laws in your own house. Like you can't even like switch off for a minute and be a proper like dad or husband to your missus. That's how I know you're a piece of shit, because that's just your character 24/7. You've got this arrogance about you. Even when you're on your own, you like you stand there like you're like thousands of people are watching you like in front of you. That's how Bam got all these teens, by the way. He manipulated them into, I'm going to make you a star. Now, if any of you disagree that Hassan has always wanted to be a singer and a star, then like, stick it in the comment, man. I'll reply to you. I'll tell you what I think. Even now, he still sings in his videos, and he's a wannabe. He's always wanted to be a wannabe. He's always wanted to. And that's why he always stuck around Bam and kept going back. Oh, I went there for my heroes, B.O. And what are you talking about? Bam's the freaking hero. I'm sorry, not the hero. Bam was the entertainer. Bam was the one that was the superstar. But you're going to go there because the soldiers and the little bit of side street soldiers are your heroes. Like, who are you fooling with this shit? Who's actually believing this nonsense? You went back over and over because Bam was the man at the time. He was the entertainer. He was hot at the time. You know what I mean? Like, you was a fanboy. Just say you was a fanboy and you kept going back to the yard, and even though you knew like what was happening was wrong, like you were such a fanboy, you were cool with it. You try and make out like you had no say in the matter. You understand? This is like he acts like you know, yo, there's children who are forced into like messed up situations, yo. You know, like dragged and physically like that ain't you, Hassan. You never was forced. You went in there with a smile and came out with a smile. You were skipping around and whatever, mate. Like that is not the scenario that happened. So the way you came out with all this anger and all this frustration, all this nah. Most of that should have been directed at your own dumbass. I think that's where your anger comes from. It's angry. You're angry at yourself because you know you clowned yourself. Anyway, the video's getting a bit long. Next one coming very soon. I ain't going to keep you people waiting. Oh, hit the like and hit the subscribe, man. Don't be just viewing this thing, man. Better people are popping on YouTube, man. Help man get on. Peace.